Welcome once again to Lehto's Law. Here's Steve Lehto.
Recently did the video called Grouse, 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 and I've talked about complaining on this channel before. And whenever I do videos like that, I do get some people who say, Steve, maybe you're misunderstanding what people are writing to you or what people are commenting on. Maybe you should give people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they mean well. Maybe you're misreading it. Maybe there's two different ways to look at this and so on. And so I thought to myself, well, you know something? I'll take all that advice and use it in one video. And I'm going to read to you an email that I got. And I'm not going to put any editorializing on it. I'm not going to spin it. I'm going to simply read it to you verbatim. And this is just an email I got. I get emails like this, of this sort, fairly often. So here is the email. Subject line: very poor YouTube presentation. So the email is regarding very poor YouTube presentation. And by the way, there's already one misspelled word in that, but I'm not going to editorialize. Dear Steve, I've tried to watch your YouTube channel a number of times, but have a few issues with how you present yourself and your topics. For an attorney, you dress and present yourself very poorly. Wearing silly t-shirts and a background of signs, toys, and similar does not reflect professionalism. Your frequent head and eye movements are distracting from what you are saying. You take way too long to get to the gist of the topic, and I fast forward to bypass the introduction. Then you don't present the information clearly and rarely with supporting evidence. With regards, and he signs it and tells me where he lives. And I looked him up, he's a real person. And so I understand I might be misinterpreting this. This might be a love letter. This guy might love what I do, and this might all be extremely constructive criticism, right? So again, with the misspellings I've mentioned, it's like 4 or 5. But regarding your very poor YouTube presentation, I've tried to watch your channel a number of times, but have a few issues with how you present yourself and your topics. For an attorney, you dress and present yourself very poorly. Silly t-shirts, background of signs, toys, and similar doesn't reflect professionalism. Your frequent head and eye movements are distracting from what you are saying. You take way too long to get to the gist of the topic, and I fast forward to bypass the introduction. Then you don't seem to present the information clearly and rarely with supporting evidence. With regards. And now, again, I don't want to read too much into this because people tell me that this guy's heart might be in the right place, and maybe I'm misreading it. Maybe there's another way to understand this. But the question is, if he can't watch my videos, why does he watch them? And if he doesn't like my videos, why is he writing to me? So I will tell you that I checked his name because I was curious to know if he's a real person, if he used a real name. And he did, by the way. And I know that because he also wrote a letter to the editor of a local newspaper to where he lives. And he says, Dear editor, this county in general, and especially this township, look like trash dumps. We seriously need to bring back the $500 fine for littering, and it would be nice revenue for the county and townships. I can't wait to see who will call this unfair. Those that are too lazy to take their trash home? The drunks driving while drinking and then throwing their whiskey and beer bottles out the window? Those so jealous of others that they dump their trash on other people's property? Those totally inconsiderate of others that they dump their trash out the window? Trash companies too lazy to make sure the trash isn't falling out of their trucks? Really? We should care about these people? I'll be waiting to hear a realistic argument about why we shouldn't bring back the $500 fine for littering. With regards. And he signed that. Again, people at the newspaper that got that letter published it verbatim, but he wasn't ripping on them. He was ripping on people who litter in his neighborhood because they're jealous of him. So, I'm simply pointing that out, but in case you were unaware, there's a gentleman who took the time to write to me and let me know about my very poor YouTube presentation. He says I should stop moving my eyes or my head. I should stop wearing the silly t-shirts, and I should remove the toys and clutter from the background of my set because it shows a massive sign of unprofessionalism. So there you go. Don't know what else to add to that, but there you go. Questions or comments, put them below. Otherwise, talk to you later. Bye-bye.